This instructional video is going to provide you with just some tips and tricks on blending oil pastels in order to create different colors and different effects that way. These techniques will create saturated colors and allow you for mixing your oil pastels together. Because there aren't a lot of color options here, but if you mix them together, you're able to get different colors. So if we want to, maybe we have some greens, but we want a few different shades of green. We don't just want two. So you can, yellow is helpful in making different greens. And then we have our black and white as well. So a good thing to start with is just applying a little bit of pressure in order to get a nice base color down on the paper where you want the green color. And say we want a darker green. A yellowish green. A real dark green. Be very careful with the black. A little goes a long way. And it is kind of hard to cover up. But a lot of colored pencil blending and application has to do with layering your colors and applying different pressures. So I'm going to start with that base green that we started with, and I'm going to apply a bit more pressure in order to allow those colors to start blending a little bit more. And you can move in circular rotations, you can move up and down, but you want to work in small areas. Get a nice light green here. And overlapping the colors that you're using allows for those smooth transitions that I'm creating. So you'll notice that it's not just an abrupt change from the dark green to the light green. I was able to layer them so that those transitions were nice and smooth. And say you want a little darker. You can go ahead and add in more of your dark, layer that on, and then layer more of that base green that you started with. So yeah, you can see I have some dark green there, some light white green, some yellowish green, and some lime green. Just by layering the different colors that I needed and applying different pressures. Now let's say you want to make a gradient type transition between colors. So maybe we want to make a change from blue, a light blue, to a red. It's the same concept as the layering in different applications, but you're going to start with your pure light blue for your gradient, applying a lot of pressure so that it covers the paper. Then you're going to slowly stop applying so much pressure as you go down, because that's where you're going to start changing the color there. So I'm not applying a lot of pressure with this red, and as I go up, I'm applying more and more pressure. Going down, less pressure, I meant, and more pressure down here. I messed that up. This red isn't very good. Into that rich red color. Down at the bottom, I'm going to grab my blue again. I'm applying a little bit more pressure up here and less pressure down there. This paper is textured, so I kind of have to work in circles to get it to fill those textures up. But as you can see, all about layering and pressure. Add a little bit of green on this one. In the middle, where those transitions are happening quite a bit, is where you're going to have to go in a variety of different times in order to get that nice smooth transition from the blue to a purplish that the blue and red create down to the red. So there are a couple different techniques for you to use. Remembering for blending them, it's all about layer, pressure. I know I repeat myself a lot, but it's important. Hope this helps.